Hi, Dr. Barbara Johnson here. Today, I'm going to talk about choline. This actually could be the missing nutrient that can change your health. Are you struggling with brain fog, focusing, feeling stressed, and often overwhelmed? These common complaints are often attributed to burnout, aging, or just the pressures of modern life. But what if a simple nutritional deficiency could be contributing to these frustrating symptoms? So today we're diving deep into the world of choline. This is an essential nutrient that a staggering 90% of people are deficient in, and yet it remains surprisingly overlooked. Think about the last time you went to your doctor and had your choline levels checked. But choline is absolutely vital for brain function, liver health, metabolism, and long-term well-being. Because it's not routinely tested in standard blood panels, most people are completely unaware that they're running empty. And this isn't just a nice to have nutrient. Your body cannot function without it. So when choline levels drop, it impacts how you think, feel, and function every single day. This video is a little bit longer than usual, but I promise the information is life-changing. We'll break down choline's crucial roles into 5 key areas, and at the end, I'll provide practical steps on how to assess your levels and optimize your intake. So what is choline and why does it matter? Choline is a foundational building block for your cells, your brain, and your body's detoxification processes. It's involved in a wide range of critical functions that I will review. But before we go further, there is one extremely important concept. You can't simply eat healthy and assume you're getting enough choline. The primary dietary sources are egg yolks, beef liver, animal protein, and cod. So these are foods that many people avoid or don't consume frequently enough. So while our liver can make choline if we're not getting enough from the diet, not everyone can do this. And I will talk about this further in the video, as this makes many people much more susceptible to deficiency. So let's delve deeper into why choline is so crucial at the cellular level, starting with one very important form called phosphatidylcholine. So phosphatidylcholine is the foundation of your cells. It is a phospholipid, which is a specialized fat that forms the very fabric of your cellular membranes. Every single cell in your body depends on this structure to function correctly. So imagine your cell membranes as the protective walls surrounding each cell. Without phosphatidylcholine, these walls become weak and vulnerable, leaving your cells susceptible to damage. Phosphatidylcholine also acts as a gatekeeper, ensuring that cells receive the nutrients they need while keeping out harmful substances like toxins. It's also essential for cell membrane fluidity, and without it, membranes become stiff and dysfunctional, and that increases the risk of diseases. Also, mitochondria, which are responsible for energy production, have cellular membranes made of phosphatidylcholine. So a healthy mitochondrial membrane is crucial for ATP energy production, and without it, you're going to experience fatigue, brain fog, and metabolic decline. Second, phosphatidylcholine is key for liver health. Your liver is your body's primary detoxification center, responsible for clearing toxins, metabolizing medications, and regulating fat storage. When phosphatidylcholine levels are low, your liver struggles to transport fat effectively, and this can lead to a condition called non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. This is becoming increasingly common, affecting roughly 25% of the population, and is a major driver of inflammation, insulin resistance, and can progress to liver failure. Projections estimate a further 63% increase in non-alcoholic fatty liver disease by 2030. Low phosphatidylcholine also impairs your liver's ability to process hormones, and this can affect the balance of estrogen, testosterone, and cortisol. It affects your ability to clear out toxins, which can lead to sluggish detoxification and increasing oxidative stress. And low phosphatidylcholine in the liver also affects your ability to regulate cholesterol levels, and that can increase the risk of cardiovascular disease. So most of the recommendations for non-alcoholic fatty liver disease and overall liver health is to limit sugar and alcohol. That is important, but adequate phosphatidylcholine is absolutely essential for optimal liver function. Now let's talk about your gut. So your gut lining is protected by a mucus layer, 90% of which is made up of phosphatidylcholine. And this layer acts as a crucial barrier against damage. Low phosphatidylcholine levels can contribute to ulcerative colitis, which is a condition affecting millions of individuals. More commonly, it contributes to leaky gut, where a compromised intestinal barrier allows toxins, bacteria, and undigested food particles to pass through, and this can trigger widespread inflammation. Low phosphatidylcholine can also lead to bloating, food sensitivities, autoimmunity, and can hinder fat digestion, which potentially can cause gallbladder issues and nutrient malabsorption. So we all know about probiotics, and they actually are beneficial for gut health, but phosphatidylcholine is essential for maintaining this protective barrier, which actually supports the growth of your beneficial bacteria. So phosphatidylcholine is involved in something called methylation. Methylation is one of the most important biochemical processes in the body. Many of you may have actually heard of methylation as it's related to the MTHFR genetic variation, which actually affects about 45% of the population. But most of the literature focuses on the need for B12 and folate. While these are extremely important, choline is essential and so many times can be the missing piece of the puzzle. So methylation is very complicated and requires a much longer video by itself, but in brief, just understand that it is a critical component that happens in every cell in your body, and it is at the heart of your biochemistry, your health, and your longevity. This is because it's so important for DNA expression and repair, detoxification, and neurotransmitter production. Without choline, methylation can be compromised. So last, I want to talk about choline and brain health. So there are two components here, acetylcholine and sphingomyelin. So choline is essential for the production of sphingomyelin, a key component of cell membranes, particularly the myelin sheath, which surrounds your neurons. And this myelin sheath, which is rich in choline, significantly impacts nerve cell transmission speed. A healthy myelin sheath ensures rapid communication between nerve cells, which is crucial for cognitive function and reflexes. Damage to this myelin sheath can lead to decreased processing speed, muscle weakness, and fatigue, which is what we see with multiple sclerosis. So choline is also a precursor to acetylcholine, which is a neurotransmitter. And this is vital for memory and cognitive speed, focus and mental clarity, muscle coordination and reflexes, as well as your parasympathetic nervous system to function properly. Low acetylcholine levels are highly linked to Alzheimer's disease, dementia, brain fog, and slow reaction times. Women are at greater risk of choline deficiency due to estrogen's role in choline production. Estrogen is the driver to signal the enzyme PEMT to tell the liver to make choline. With lower estrogen levels, you have less ability to make choline if you're not getting enough from the diet. Now, vegans and vegetarians may also be at risk of low choline due to the primary sources of choline being animal products, and individuals with genetic variations in the PEMT enzyme may have difficulty producing choline. This is true for both men and women. But women are disproportionately affected by Alzheimer's disease, with 2 out of every 3 patients being women. So current research is suggesting that declining estrogen levels play a significant role, impacting both brain health itself because of the loss of estrogen, as well as a lower choline production. How do you know what your choline levels are and if you are possibly deficient in choline? Well, there are some standard blood tests that can actually check your choline levels, but their accuracy is variable and not really proven to be dependable. I typically measure choline levels using a specialized test called the prodrome scan. This blood test can accurately assess your phosphatidylcholine levels. However, If you're not regularly consuming choline-rich foods like beef liver and egg yolks, you're likely not getting enough. So consider if you could possibly be low in choline by looking at these symptoms. Do you frequently suffer from brain fog, poor memory, slow thinking? Do you have sleep issues? Difficulty relaxing, feeling stress, diagnosed with fatty liver or high cholesterol? Do you have digestive issues, leaky gut? Do you have muscle weakness, slow recovery from exercise, mood instability, anxiety, depression, poor focus, and ADD? So given that an estimated 90% of people are deficient, it's safe to assume that most of us could benefit from increasing our choline intake. So how do you get enough choline? From the dietary sources that I mentioned previously, beef liver being the most concentrated is about 65% of the daily value, egg yolks 27%, and beef, fish, and chicken is about the same at about 13%. But if you don't consume these foods regularly, then supplementation is a good option. Many studies have evaluated the benefits of choline supplementation, and it may be arguably the most practical and well-controlled method of increasing choline status because choline is so important. But how much choline you actually need depends on many different factors. You need more choline if you're pregnant, postmenopausal, have a genetic variation in the PEMT enzyme, or even regularly exercising at a high intensity. And this is why personalized medicine is so important. Not everyone needs the same amount, but please talk to your doctor before taking a supplement, as you can get too much choline. So what are my favorite supplements? Well, there's phosphatidylcholine, which is the foundational form for cell membranes and liver health. And I also like two forms called CDP choline and alpha GPC, because these are the two forms that actually cross the blood-brain barrier to support cognition and neurotransmitter function. Personally, I take both phosphatidylcholine and CDP choline. This is because I'm postmenopausal. I have several variations in the PEMT enzyme. I don't eat beef liver and probably not enough animal protein. Also, as a practicing physician and medical director, I need my brain to always be sharp, focused, and processing information very quickly. So if this sounds like you, and you would like more information about testing your choline levels, please let us know. Wishing you health, happiness, and peace.